With piles of distractions on every page, it's really easy to lose people's attention if you don't keep your message short and to the point. I recommend 1 minute. Hi, my name's Nathan Reynolds, and I'm in charge of digital media for Campaign Connections. The obvious problem here is that 1 minute doesn't seem like nearly enough time to say all the things that you want to say. But let me break it down for you. First, introduce yourself and what you're going to be talking about. This should not be your entire campaign platform. It should be a single issue. If the issue is complex, break it into multiple videos, but never try to fit multiple issues into a single video. Next, hit the highlights of the issue. 3 basic talking points to get your message out there. And then, wrap it up. Summarize your point and let people know where they can find more information about you. Because the average internet user may not be willing to commit to watching a 10-minute video, but if you win them over with one issue, they may watch 10 more of your 1-minute videos.
I'm Andrew Barnhill. I grew up here, about 2 blocks away to be exact. My grandparents lived another block down the road from there. Wilmington is my family's home, and I remember learning in church growing up that there was no greater honor than service to the community right outside your door. People in Wilmington taught me that. The house I live in today once belonged to my great-grandmother. Right here in this house, she taught me about the history of our county and how much it's grown over the decades that she lived here. Through all her stories and my own experience growing up, I couldn't help but form a sense of pride for southeastern North Carolina. It was here that I received my education through our public schools, graduating from New Hanover just like the last 3 generations of my family. It was here that I helped my first client, preached my first sermon, and taught my first class. After college, I spent time crafting healthcare policy at a law firm in Washington, learning about the needs of our veterans by working alongside Congressman McIntyre, and even serving as a trauma chaplain inside a busy emergency room. When I came back home to Wilmington, I quickly saw that my home community just wasn't represented in Raleigh like it used to be. I also saw a legislature more content to tear things down than build things up. Rarely does a day go by when I don't hear from someone who is aching for North Carolina to be the place they once knew. People like my friend Sam, who graduated with me, who learned how to run the lighting for our sound stages at the movie studios, and now had to take his family to Georgia because a small grant program for a few $1,000,000 just doesn't cut it. People like my former teacher, who didn't know until 3 weeks into the school year if she was going to have an assistant helping her with a class of 30 kindergartners. People like my friend Wes, who picked up and moved down to South Carolina because he wanted to work hard and provide for his family. But North Carolina wouldn't even compete to bring the new Volvo plant to our state. I was taught growing up that problem solving was about bringing people together, listening closely, and coming to the table to make things happen. That's the North Carolina way. That's the way I've worked while serving on our county zoning board to envision a pragmatic future. And that's the way I've led with local nonprofits helping Wilmingtonians get off their feet and find work. My grandmother taught me to be a voice for the voiceless. And unless we make a change in our leadership, our voices won't be heard. I'm running for the small business on Oleander, for the teachers at New Hanover, and for the kids playing at Hugh McCray Park. It's time for a new generation of leaders who are bold enough to get up every day and build a better North Carolina. That's why I came back home, and that's why I'm running for North Carolina Senate.
Hi, I'm Billy Madelon, and I'm running for Charlotte City Council. As a small business owner, I've spent my career making tough choices so that my business can continue to grow. Now Charlotte has to make tough choices so that it can continue to grow. To learn more about me and my solutions, visit billymadelon.com.
Every woman in North Carolina can help advance women's issues.
You don't have to be rich, powerful, or particularly connected.
You just have to show up.
Show up to local rallies, show up to community meetings.
But most importantly, show up to vote.
Voting is the most important way you can help create progress for women.
But beyond Election Day, there are other ways to impact change in our state.
Stay informed about the issues affecting your freedoms, your body, and your equality.
Add your voice to the conversation.
Know who represents you and let them know if they take actions you are not okay with.
Organize your friends.
Get a small group together so you don't always have to be working on your own.
Attend local events.
Become a part of your community and meet other women who are fighting for progress.
So whether you text your senator to let them know that you care about women's rights,
or start an advance team with your friends to stir up some trouble,
it's time to get involved.
Because North Carolina needs to know that every
generation is fighting for equality.
I'm a young mother from Farmville, and I had a chance to ask Charlie Pat Ferris why he thought I should vote for him. His answer was quick. He is running because he believes we should invest in our schools and work to expand economic opportunities right here at home. He explained to me that he wanted my little girl to grow up in Farmville and have a broad array of jobs and economic opportunities right here at home. He told me that he wanted the schools in Pitt County to be just as good as the schools in Raleigh and Charlotte. Charlie said that he wanted classroom teachers to be world-class, treated like professionals, and paid a salary that shows how much they mean to their communities. The state legislature is failing an entire generation of young North Carolinians. I'm voting for Charlie Pat Ferris in November because we need common sense leadership in Raleigh who will spend the time focusing on the real issues that voters on Main Street face every single day. Good schools, good jobs, safe communities. Visit Charlie's website to learn more at www.charliepatferris.com.
Marianne Baldwin and others want to reshape downtown Raleigh, making it a haven for late-night partygoers, turning downtown into Drunktown. Paid for by Wake Citizens for Good Government IEPAC, not authorized by any political party, candidate, or committee.